What if the day you were born wasn't just a date on a calendar, but a cosmic code embedded in time, a spiritual fingerprint chosen by your soul long before you ever took your first breath? Imagine for a moment that your birth date is not a coincidence, but a divine assignment, a hidden script that reveals your karmic blueprint, your life's greatest lessons, and the energies you were born to transform. This isn't numerology fluff or astrology hype. This is ancient wisdom backed by centuries of observation and spiritual understanding, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Think about it. Why do certain patterns repeat in your life? Why are you drawn to the same types of people, facing similar obstacles, or caught in familiar emotional cycles, no matter how much you try to change? Your birth date might be the key to unlocking these mysteries. Each number holds vibrational power, carrying frequencies that align with your soul's path, frequencies that influence your personality, your choices, your gifts, and your karmic baggage. Whether you were born on the 1st or the 29th, in January or December, in 1980 or 2003, every digit in your date of birth is a symbolic thread in the tapestry of your destiny. Your soul chose that specific moment to arrive, not a day earlier or later, because the energetic climate of that day matched what your soul needed to grow, heal, and evolve. If you were born on a day aligned with independence and leadership, your karma might revolve around reclaiming personal power. If born under a number linked to relationships and harmony, your soul may be working through themes of betrayal, forgiveness, and love. And here's the twist. The more you resist the lessons hidden in your birth date, the louder life shouts. But when you understand the messages, when you decode the karmic signatures hidden in those numbers, life begins to feel less chaotic and more meaningful. You stop blaming luck, fate, or other people, and you start seeing the intelligent design behind it all. So what if you've been looking for your purpose, your breakthrough, or your healing in all the wrong places, when the answer has been quietly waiting in plain sight, stamped on your birth certificate? This isn't superstition. This is soul science. And today we're going to peel back the layers and reveal what your birth date has been trying to tell you all along. Your karma has a timestamp. Let's find out what it means. Before we dive into the numbers, let's clear up one of the most misunderstood spiritual principles of all time. The word alone sparks images of punishment, payback, or some cosmic scoreboard keeping track of your rights and wrongs. But that's not the truth. Karma isn't about revenge from the universe. It's about rhythm, memory, and momentum. It's the echo of your soul's past actions, thoughts, and intentions reverberating into the present moment, shaping the experiences you attract and the patterns you repeat. Think of karma as spiritual gravity, an invisible force pulling you toward the very experiences your soul needs in order to grow. And here's the game changer. Karma isn't just from this lifetime. Your soul is older than your body. You've likely been here before, lived lives, made choices, loved people, hurt people, healed people. And all of that energy doesn't disappear. It gets stored like emotional data in your spiritual hard drive, waiting to be processed, resolved, or evolved. That's where your birth date comes in. It's like a snapshot of your karmic curriculum. It tells us what class you enrolled in this lifetime, whether that's learning patience, mastering self-worth, healing abandonment, reclaiming power, or breaking generational cycles. Karma isn't some cruel punishment handed out to make you suffer. It's the curriculum your soul agreed to study, the very lessons you came here to pass. And just like school, if you keep skipping the class, you'll keep getting called back until you learn it. That's why some issues feel like they follow you everywhere, because they are meant to, not to break you, but to awaken you. And understanding karma doesn't make you a victim of fate. It makes you a conscious participant in your soul's evolution. It puts the power back in your hands. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That shift alone can rewrite your entire life. The moment you begin to look at challenges not as punishment, but as purpose-driven opportunities for growth, you start aligning with the rhythm of your karma instead of fighting against it. Your birth date isn't a sentence, it's a syllabus. It's not here to trap you. It's here to guide you through the exact transformation your soul came to experience. So before we analyze any digits or dates, understand this. Karma isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. And your birth date is the class schedule. let's see what subject you signed up for. We live in a world built on vibration, and numbers, believe it or not, are the purest form of that vibration. Long before modern science confirmed that everything is energy, ancient mystics, philosophers, and spiritual teachers understood that numbers were more than mathematical symbols. They were carriers of meaning, portals of spiritual energy, and messengers of divine intelligence. From Pythagoras to the Vedas, from the Bible to the I Ching, numbers have always held a sacred place in decoding the mysteries of each number from 1 to 9, along with the powerful master numbers 11, 22, and 33, represents a distinct frequency, a kind of spiritual tone that resonates through your life and personality. Think of each number as a cosmic note, and your birth date as the chord that gets played the moment you enter this world. That sound, that vibration, continues to hum beneath your entire life story, shaping how you love, how you learn, how you struggle, and how you grow. For example, the number 1 vibrates with independence, originality, and leadership. It carries the energy of creation, the spark of something new. People with strong 1 energy often feel a karmic pull to step out on their own, lead others, and reclaim self-trust. On the other hand, the number 2 holds a softer vibration, one of partnership, sensitivity, and emotional intelligence. It often signals a karmic journey through relationships, intuition, and balance. Then there's 8, the number of power, control, and material mastery, often bringing karmic tests around abundance, integrity, and influence. Every number is a spiritual archetype, and when these archetypes appear in your birth date, they don't just describe who you are, they hint at why you're here. Your strengths, your struggles, your gifts, and your karmic wounds are encoded in the vibration of the numbers that make up your life. And the fascinating part, these vibrations are not passive, they interact with you. When you resist their lessons, life feels out of sync. But when you learn to harmonize with the energy of your numbers, things start to flow. You find alignment, clarity, and even a sense of purpose you can't quite explain. That's because you're no longer fighting your soul's rhythm. You're finally dancing to it. Your birth date is a sequence of numbers, yes, but those numbers are more than digits. They are symbols of energy, karma, and potential. They whisper who you've been, who you're becoming, and what your soul came here to master. Once you start listening, you'll never look at a calendar the same way again. Every single day of the month, whether it's the 1st or the 31st, carries a distinct spiritual vibration, a karmic flavor that colors your soul's path in this lifetime. And knowing what that specific day says about you can be like finding a hidden chapter in the book of your life that you never knew existed. This isn't just about personality quirks or surface level traits. This is about karmic memory, unresolved energies, soul contracts, patterns of behavior, and divine assignments embedded in the day you enter this world. If you were born on the 1st, for example, you carry the karma of leadership and independence, meaning your soul came here to stand alone, to break free from codependency, and to learn how to trust your inner authority, even when no one else does. Those born on the 2nd often walk the karmic path of balance and cooperation, tasked with mastering diplomacy, emotional sensitivity, and the art of harmony in relationships, often after experiencing betrayal or disharmony in past lives. The 3rd is the number of joyful expression and creativity, which means your karma may revolve around learning to speak your truth, share your gifts without fear, and break the chains of self-doubt or silencing that may have followed you through lifetimes. The 4th brings a grounding energy, structure, responsibility, hard work, which can mean karmic lessons around patience, consistency, and learning to build something meaningful over time rather than chasing instant gratification. Born on the 5th, then your karma likely centers on freedom, adventure, and learning to balance pleasure with discipline. Maybe your soul once misused freedom, and now you're here to redefine it through conscious choice. Those born on the 6th often carry the karma of service and healing. You're here to love, nurture, and restore, but only after learning how to give without losing yourself. The 7th is the seeker, the spiritual student, often carrying karma around trust, solitude, and deep inner truth. If you're a 7, your soul may be here to walk alone at times, to sharpen intuition, and to find answers not in the noise of the world, but in the silence within. The 8th brings karmic tests of power, money, and control. Were you too attached in a past life? Did you misuse power? This time, you're learning to handle authority with integrity. The 9th is the old soul number, charged with releasing ego, serving others and completing cycles, often feeling like life is a series of spiritual endings and emotional purges. And it doesn't stop there. Double-digit days carry both the energy of their full number and the reduced sum. For instance, the 14th carries the vibration of both 1 and 4, adding up to 5, blending independence and discipline into a karmic journey of freedom through structure. The 29th reduces to 11, a master number, a sign that your karmic path includes spiritual leadership, emotional depth, and heightened intuition. Each birthday is a mirror reflecting what your soul came here to learn, master, and release. So when you start to understand the spiritual weight behind your birthday, you stop seeing it as just a day to celebrate and start honoring it as a sacred clue to your soul's divine curriculum. There's something undeniably powerful, almost mystical, about the presence of master numbers in a birth date. And if you were born on the 11th, 22nd, or 33rd day of the month, or if these numbers show up when calculating your life path, then you are not just here to live a life. You're here to elevate one, to carry a higher frequency, and to fulfill a soul mission that reaches beyond the personal into the collective. These aren't ordinary numbers, they're master numbers, and they don't show up in everyone's chart because they're reserved for old souls who have walked through many lifetimes, gathered deep wisdom, and returned with a spiritual assignment too big to be ignored. The number 11 is often called the intuitive, a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, a karmic portal of insight, sensitivity, and enlightenment. If 11 appears in your chart, your soul is here to awaken, to pierce through illusion and serve as a light in dark places. But this doesn't come easy. It brings deep emotional sensitivity, anxiety, inner conflict, and the painful burden of seeing and feeling more than others. Mastering this number means learning to trust your inner knowing, even when no one else can see what you see. The number 22, known as the Master Builder, holds a different kind of sacred power. It's the energy of turning dreams into reality, of grounding divine inspiration into tangible form. Those with 22 in their chart often feel pulled between the material and spiritual worlds, with a karmic responsibility to build systems, lead movements, or create legacies that serve others on a mass scale. It's a number that demands both vision and discipline, creativity and practicality, because 22 isn't about theory, it's about impact. And then there's the rare and deeply powerful 33, the master teacher. This is the vibration of pure, unconditional love, spiritual service, and emotional sacrifice, not in a martyrdom sense, but in the sacred act of healing others through compassion, wisdom, and self-mastery. A 33 life path is uncommon because few souls are ready to carry this weight. It often means a life filled with intense emotional experiences that prepare the soul to serve at the highest level, guiding others through darkness not just with knowledge, but with presence and heart. But here's the truth. Master numbers aren't easy. They come with double the potential, but also double the pressure. These souls are tested deeply, often from a young age, through challenges that sharpen their gifts and force them to evolve. It's a karmic contract of high responsibility. If a master number appears in your chart, it doesn't make you better than anyone. It means your soul agreed to a harder path, so it could contribute more light to the world. These are the old souls of the calendar, carrying ancient memories and sacred tasks. And once you understand the meaning behind them, you'll realize that your struggles were never random. They were your initiation. Your birth month is more than just the time of year you celebrate your birthday. It's the karmic season of your soul, a spiritual climate that sets the tone for your core emotional energies, your soul's growth cycles, and the kinds of lessons you're here to learn. Just as nature moves through seasons of planting, blooming, harvesting, and releasing, your birth month carries a symbolic rhythm that reflects the evolutionary phase your soul was born into. Imagine each month as a spiritual archetype, each with its own energetic temperature and karmic frequency, and the one you were born under marks the spiritual weather your soul chose to enter. Born in January, you're aligned with beginnings, ambition, and structure. This is the karmic season of leadership, responsibility, and learning to build from the ground up. Souls born in January often carry karmic lessons around independence, self-mastery, and setting strong foundations, especially after past lives marked by chaos or lack of direction. February births fall under the energy of uniqueness, intuition, and idealism, often tied to karma around identity, authenticity, and learning to honor the self, even when it feels out of place. These souls are often visionaries, born to break molds, yet may struggle with the karma of isolation or misunderstanding. If you were born in March, your soul chose the season of emotional depth, spiritual sensitivity, and compassion. This karmic season is often filled with themes of forgiveness, emotional healing, and transcending victimhood. Many March-born souls are empaths who came to heal not just themselves, but entire bloodlines. April births align with fire, initiative, and courage. The soul's karma here often revolves around reclaiming power, asserting identity, and learning when to lead and when to yield. If April is your birth month, your soul may be working through lifetimes of either dominance or passivity, now seeking balance through conscious action. May carries the vibration of stability, sensuality, and communication. The karma here often revolves around learning to grant desires, to find joy without excess, and to build harmony between body, mind, and spirit. These souls are learning how to experience life deeply without becoming trapped in materialism. June brings duality, intellect, and emotional exploration. If you were born in June, your karmic lessons may include finding emotional clarity, learning to communicate truthfully, and balancing head and heart. There may be unresolved karma around trust and self-expression. July is the season of the heart, deeply tied to home, family, and emotional roots. These souls often return with karmic stories around nurturing, abandonment, emotional protection, or ancestral healing. Born in July, you might carry the weight of unresolved family karma with a mission to break cycles and rebuild love. August is the month of strength, leadership, and purpose. If this is your karmic season, your soul is here to shine, but also to learn humility, to lead with integrity, and to overcome the karmic traps of ego, control, or performance-based worth. September carries the energy of completion, wisdom, and service. These are often old souls working through the final chapters of karmic cycles. The lessons here revolve around compassion, letting go, and serving from a place of wholeness, not martyrdom. If born in October, your karma centers on balance, justice, and relationship. You're learning the art of harmony internally and externally, while healing karma around codependency, inequality, or misuse of charm and influence. November births are powerful and transformative, often carrying intense karmic stories of betrayal, rebirth, power struggles, and spiritual awakening. If this is your month, your soul came to burn down illusions and rise stronger, again and again. Finally, December is the karmic season of wisdom, expansion, and truth. These souls carry a philosophical vibration, often with past lives as teachers, travelers, or seekers of higher knowledge. The karma here may involve dogma, disillusionment, or misuse of knowledge, and the lesson is to return to truth with humility. So you see, your birth month isn't just when you were born, it's why you were born then. It reflects the energetic soil your soul chose to grow in. And when you understand the rhythm of that season, you begin to understand the timing of your soul's evolution. The year you were born isn't just a point on a timeline. It's a portal into the global and karmic energies that were vibrating through the collective consciousness at the moment your soul entered this world, and it plays a critical role in shaping not just your personal karma, but also your soul contract with humanity. While your birthday and month fine-tune the details of your individual path, your birth year reveals the larger spiritual climate you were born into, the global lessons, the generational energies, and the karmic themes your soul agreed to face alongside millions of others. Each year carries its own energetic signature, influenced by numerology, astrological movements, and historical patterns. For example, if you were born in a year that reduces to the number 1, like 1983 or 2010, your soul entered during a cycle of beginnings, innovation, and individualism. These are the years that birth pioneers, risk-takers, and leaders, souls that come with karma around self-discovery, trailblazing, and learning to walk alone without losing connection. A birth year that adds up to 2 brings a very different frequency, one of cooperation, emotional intelligence, and unity. Souls born in these years often come with karmic lessons around relationships, harmony, and learning to find strength through softness. Now consider the souls born in master number years, like 11, 22, or 33 years, who carry a double burden and double potential. These individuals are not only navigating their own karmic curriculum, but also anchoring spiritual upgrades for humanity as a whole. But beyond the numbers lies the historical and energetic context of your year. Were you born in a time of war, revolution, or economic collapse? Your soul chose that chaos for a reason, to experience, contribute to, or transform the karma of that era. Were you born in a time of peace, progress, or technological explosion? Then perhaps your karma is to use those gifts wisely to ground spiritual values in a rapidly changing world. The year you were born also ties you to a generation, a soul family that shares a common karmic assignment. Think of the baby boomers, millennials, Gen Z, all of them born into different energetic landscapes, each carrying specific collective karma around identity, justice, technology, or purpose. These aren't accidents, they're orchestrations. The people you feel drawn to, the movements you support, the global shifts that trigger you deeply, they're all tied to the vibrational code of your birth year. So when you understand the spiritual blueprint of that year, you begin to see your role not just as an individual on a personal journey, but as a soul aligned with a larger karmic wave. Your birth year tells the story of why now. Why did your soul choose this exact chapter in human history? Because something in that year, a frequency, a lesson, a mission, matched the evolution your soul needed. It was never random, it was karmically timed. Your life path number is not just a personality profile or a numerological curiosity. It is the karmic blueprint of your soul, hidden in plain sight within your full birth date, waiting to be uncovered like an ancient map, pointing you toward your highest purpose and deepest spiritual challenges. When you add up all the digits in your birth date and reduce them to a single digit, or a master number like 11, 22, or 33, you're not just calculating a number, you're decoding a divine frequency, a soul signature that reveals the unique lesson plan your spirit signed up for before you even took your first breath. Think of it this way, your life path number is the curriculum your soul chose for this lifetime. It outlines your core karmic lessons, the natural talents you brought with you from past lives, and the recurring patterns and challenges that will shape your evolution. It tells you not only who you are, but who you are becoming and what you must master in order to fulfill the contract your soul made with the universe. A life path, one carries the karmic vibration of independence and leadership. These souls are here to learn self-reliance, to break free from the need for approval, and to forge new paths, often after lifetimes of playing it safe or being overly dependent. Life path 2s are the peacemakers, carrying karma around emotional sensitivity, partnership, and learning to value harmony without losing themselves in others. Life path 3s are the communicators and creators, here to express truth, joy, and beauty after past lives of silence, repression, or fear of judgment. Life path 4 is the builder, a soul on a karmic journey to learn structure, responsibility, and the power of consistency, often following lifetimes of instability or escapism. If you're a life path 5, your karma involves freedom, adaptability, and adventure, but also mastering discipline and commitment, especially if you misuse freedom in past incarnations. Life path 6s carry the sacred responsibility of healing and service, often returning to complete unfinished business in family dynamics or to break generational cycles. Life path 7 is the spiritual seeker, here to develop trust in the unseen and dive into deep inner knowing, usually after lifetimes of disillusionment or betrayal. Life path 8s are tasked with mastering power, money, and leadership with integrity. They often carry karma around control, loss, and self-worth. And life path 9s are the old souls, the humanitarians who are here to release, forgive, and transcend ego, completing deep karmic cycles of suffering and attachment. Master numbers 11, 22, and 33 carry intensified karmic missions. These souls are here to inspire, uplift, and serve at a collective level, often facing more intense trials in order to awaken their higher calling. What makes the life path so profound is that once you understand it, you begin to see your entire life, your relationships, your failures, your passions, even your childhood wounds as part of a soul-designed journey. The setbacks aren't random, they're your assignments. The talents that come easily, they are karmic carryovers, the patterns that keep repeating. They are unresolved lessons asking to be faced. Your life path number doesn't trap you. You were born on that exact date, in that exact time, because your soul knew what it came to do, and hidden in those numbers is the proof. Have you ever wondered why the same struggles seem to show up in your life again and again, just in different forms, with different people, wearing different faces, but carrying the same emotional weight? That's not coincidence. That's karma in motion. That's your soul holding up a mirror again and again saying, oh, look here, heal this. Repeating patterns are the breadcrumbs your karma leaves behind, guiding you not toward punishment but toward awakening. These cycles, whether it's constant heartbreak, financial instability, toxic friendships, self-sabotage, or fear of success, aren't random misfortunes. They are karmic clues, revealing where your soul has been wounded in previous lifetimes and where it is seeking resolution in this one. And the deeper truth, what keeps happening isn't happening to you, it's happening for you, so you can finally break the cycle. The universe doesn't repeat what you've already mastered, it repeats what you're still ignoring. Every pattern is a spiritual lesson, dressed in earthly clothing. For that partner who keeps betraying you, maybe it's not just about them, it's about your karmic need to reclaim self-worth, to heal abandonment wounds from lifetimes past, to finally choose yourself, that job you always end up hating. Maybe it's karma calling you to break out of survival mode and align with your true purpose. That inner critic that won't shut up. It might be the echo of a lifetime where you were silenced, shamed, or punished for standing in your power, and now your soul is begging you to speak, to rise, to reclaim your voice. Karmic patterns often feel painful because they come from a place of unhealed energy, from choices or beliefs you've carried through lifetimes, like spiritual scar tissue. But here's the liberating truth. Karma is not a life sentence. It's a spiritual syllabus. Oh. And those patterns aren't there to break you. They're there to break open the old story, so you can write a new one. When you begin to recognize your repeating struggles, not as failures, but as feedback, you stop asking, oh, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That's when healing begins. That's when karmic momentum starts to dissolve and you step into your power as the conscious author of your life, not the victim of some mysterious force. The moment you become aware of the pattern is the moment you start changing it. Because awareness is the first act of karmic rebellion. You don't break a cycle by trying harder. You break it by seeing it clearly, feeling it fully, and choosing differently. Karma isn't fixed. It's fluid. And once you understand why certain struggles keep showing up, you're no longer trapped by them. You're empowered by them. Because every repeated pain is not a punishment. It's an invitation. An invitation to rise, to heal, and to finally become the version of yourself your soul has always known you could be. Your birth date is often described as a cosmic blueprint or karmic map, but it's essential to remember that this map is not a rigid script written in stone. It's more like a detailed guidebook filled with clues, potentials, and warnings that illuminate your soul's unique journey. It reveals the energies you were born with, the karmic lessons you're likely to encounter, and the gifts waiting to be awakened. However, while your birth date offers profound insights into your karmic patterns, life purpose, and the spiritual challenges you may face, it does not dictate your destiny. You are the conscious traveler holding the steering wheel, the author of your own story, and the ultimate decision maker in how you respond to the energies encoded in those numbers. Think of your birth date as a powerful GPS system that sets a suggested route. Sometimes the path is clear and direct. Other times it takes unexpected detours, but the destination is always influenced by the choices you make along the way. The numbers give you a deeper understanding of who you are at your core and the karmic currents influencing your life, but they don't force your hand or trap you in cycles. Instead, they invite you to awareness, and awareness is freedom. When you start to understand what your birth date reveals about your karma, you gain the power to recognize repeating patterns, heal old wounds, and align with your true purpose. You begin to see obstacles as opportunities, challenges as teachers, and setbacks as invitations to grow. But the true magic happens when you move beyond simply knowing your karmic blueprint and start actively participating in your evolution, choosing love over fear, forgiveness over resentment, action over stagnation. Your birth date offers the keys, but it's up to you to unlock the door. This means embracing your power to rewrite the story that your karma might have started for you. It means stepping into conscious creation rather than unconscious repetition. It means remembering that while you can't always control the energies or circumstances you're born into, you can control your responses, your mindset, and your willingness to heal. In this way, your birth date is both a mirror and a map, reflecting where you've been, where you are now, and the potential routes forward. It reminds you that your soul chose this moment, this body, this set of numbers for a reason. More importantly, it reminds you that you are not a passenger on this journey. You are the driver. So as you walk forward with the wisdom of your birth date in hand, remember, the power is yours to navigate your karma, transcend old patterns, and create a life that's not just dictated by destiny, but inspired by your highest will.